Hey everyone, welcome to Drama Conversations. This is kind of our special episodes that we kind of get together outside our Beyond the Line usual format, and we talk all things K-drama, all things Korean. We are absolutely obsessed, and we are so excited to be joined by the amazing Rose. You can see her down the corner. Hey, girl. Love it. So I'm actually going to hand over to you to please introduce yourself, let us know a bit about you, and just and kind of share with us about your love of K-dramas.
Yeah. Right. Hello, everyone. So I am quite new in terms of K-drama. I actually came from like the anime world. I stumbled into K-drama lockdown, and I am not leaving. This is for me. I am a model and an actress and a mommy. So. Hey, my sister actually is really into K-drama. She's been into K-drama for many years, and she just gave me a list of dramas to watch on Netflix, and I must have finished it within a week, and that's how I knew I was.
Yes,
we've been there. The storyline is just amazing.
So much fun, so much escapism, right? Love them.
It's beautiful. It's just refreshing.
Everybody first. What was your first?
My first was something called it was a cleaning one.
Yeah, cleaning.
That's the one.
I can name them. It's like Jeopardy.
That's a good one to start with.
Yeah, that's the one I got.
Chemistry was fire. That one, their chemistry. The guy's like literally. He looks like he's 6.
That's huge, right? He's not really.
It's used for like a Korean dude, right?
Yeah.
And she is the cutest little yum thing. And their chemistry, that was a hot one to start with because most of them don't know like that. So you set the bar high.
You got me good, yeah? Okay. Yeah.
Good.
I enjoyed that.
Yes, that was fun.
Okay. So I thought that as a kind of way to kind of get the conversation started, I'm going to ask a few questions, and I'm just going to get everybody to kind of share their kind of top 3. We're going to go through top 3 shows, top 3 actors and actresses, and just a bit of kind of some of the storylines we love, and also some of the other reasons why we love K-dramas, from the fashion to the food and everything else. So question number 1, and I'll throw it out to anybody, but question number 1, talk to me about, what are your top 3 shows? Okay, T, you're going. I can see it.
No, it's just because I don't have 3. I have like
multiple. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. I-1 Class.
I knew that. I knew that'd be on the list.
I love it. Hospital Playlist.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Agree.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna put It's Okay Not to Be Okay.
Yeah.
Just because I've only recently finished that, but I'm gonna put that for now. But I think I'll change my mind later on. But for now, it's Hospital Playlist, I-1 Class, and It's Okay Not to Be Okay.
And those are pretty new ones. So you're kind of into the modern ones. Okay.
Yeah.
And
but an honourable mention: search www.
I knew she was gonna go there. Okay, wait, hold there. All right, let's hand over to. So who wants to go next? Just top 3.
I've got similar ones, so I'll fill in the gaps with my honorable mention. I've got The Beauty Inside, which is really
yes. That was clever.
It's romantic and the fashion. Okay. I've got Crash Landing on You.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. My girl. Love her.
She's good, right? There's one scene in another one called I think Shopaholic Louis or Shopaholic Louis.
Yes, you know what? I haven't watched that, but I've heard so many good things about that.
You have to if you want to laugh.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna take that one out.
It's awesome. He's so much fun, right? He's Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. I'm loving those 3 mentions. Also, so far, everything is Netflix based. So there is also an app called Vicky Rakuten, which we will talk about a bit more. Search www can be found on that. But so far, we've got Netflix. One day. What about you? Your 3?
Loving all the suggestions. I have to go with My Mister. That show is sick. Like I thought that was one of the best dramas. The acting, that girl, the character, the guy. He's a really well-known actor. Just the pace and the energy of the whole thing, I thought was just gripping. So good. Just Lovers has been a long-standing favorite. It's one of the one that I watched, and there's a guy called Juno in it. He's actually, I think he's like
I love that.
but he's a great actor. But the emotion, his level of emotion, and how he emotes, brilliant. And then it's a toss up. There's a bunch right there that are on an even keel. But I think I'd have to go with Hospital Playlist, just from the genre and just how it was just so different from the kind of the usual like K-Bowl kind of vibe. So just the chemistry, the casting, the energy, I loved everything. Honorable mentions, gotta get in there. Coffee Prince.
Yeah, classic.
Gung, can I not even say Gung Yu, anything he's in. And then One Fine Day as well, like One Fine Day, One Spring Day, I thought they were really special. So
oh yeah, no, that's good.
I can do honorable mentions for days, but
that's good. That's good, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm not gonna bring all of mine. You know which one I'm gonna go with first and foremost.
Wow.
So I'm gonna sing it. I'm gonna sing the theme tune. Negacho, Karapuche, negacho, Badapuke. Okay, one thing I know for sure, I just want to apologize in advance for how we're butchering Korean language. I'm just gonna say it. But God and Goblin, Guardian, the lonely and great God. Oh my gosh.
Beautiful.
Rose, have you seen that one yet?
I am making the list as you are talking. The ones that haven't
okay, forget everything, and watch Goblin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Goblin, it's when I say so. Okay, let's. I won't get into it because we could be here all day. But I will say, first of all, Gun-yu. So it ticks Wendy's box. There you go. I've got Gun-yu there. Lee Dong-wook, one of my favorite actors, simply for the fact that I just think he embraces. He does darkness so well, but in a comical way, and he's such a model. Like I don't find him like hot, but he's such a model. Like everything he wears just looks beautiful on him. Literally, I think he's stunning. The soundtrack is emotive. I connected with the lyrics before I even knew what they meant. and then the
Korean for the song.
Literally, I started to learn Korean. Literally, I started to learn Korean for the song. And then the actress I think it was one of her debut.
I really like her.
And she's incredible. Yeah. Like, and the thing is, it's weird because if I'd have spoken about the genre of the TV show, which is like fantasy,
never would have watched
kind of mystical, I would never watched it. Like, if this wasn't a Korean drama, I would never have watched it. Yeah, but it captured me. They're just so good at storytelling. I just find that Korean drama, the best Korean drama, should I say, it's the storytelling. It's just so strong. So huge shout out for that. That's my number one. But and then just something that has any other show I'd mentioned that hasn't been said already is I really like the Reply series, particularly 1988 and 1994. 100%.
I've seen it.
Similar to Hospital Playlist, and actually I think it's written by the same.
You like ensemble?
It's like an ensemble cast. Again, it's not focused around the typical chaebol dynamic in terms of the rich, the poor. It's just about family. It's about life. And so I think it's a lot more relatable.
1988 your favorite? The last one is your favorite? Yeah, hands
1988. Yeah. But I will say special mention for so 97 I don't rate at all. But 94 special shout out for the love relationship. Like I'm just so in love with the couple. I'm like,
I need to see it.
No, there's one scene towards the end, like the last few episodes, where they kind of come back together, and I'm not spoiling it by saying that, but there's just one scene that I rewind it just because my heart is like wow. But yeah, so okay, cool. So we've all mentioned a few different shows. What are some of the highlights from our favorite shows? What are some of the reasons and the things that they stick in our minds?
The acting, I feel like this, especially as a writer myself, I think the writing in K-dramas is so strong, especially, you know what I actually have got into? Some of that fantasy stuff is all right, but the some of the thriller ones, like the writing is on point. Like it's so on point, and the acting that I've seen, even something simple.
Yeah, but there are some extremes. Like some of these, like there are some that are so on the nose, it's not even funny. We're giving them a lot of props. Like we've seen some that have kind of fallen off the cliff, though.
No, you're right. But say from our top one, the ones that we're talking about, for instance, like so one that I really like, Okay Not to Be Okay. So that tackles mental health. Brilliant. And you can get that very wrong, right?
They also deal with trauma, right? Like they deal with trauma in a way that
they love their trauma. No, come on, they love their trauma. And it's always about someone when they were 5 and something happened.
We can't be together because when you were 2, you looked at me sideways, and my mother didn't forget you. Honestly, and then they bring it back. and they get over it. It's like a little formula.
I dare you to remember your 2-year-old, 3-year-old self and who you love.
I know. Right? And they love each other for so long. It's like, oh, I've loved you for 30 years.
But let me just say on that, and then I want to hand over to Rose, because I want to hear what you think about kind of and some of your reasons. But one of the things I will say about the love dynamic in the relationships, I actually really respect how they respect love and respect relationships and respect the fact that I don't have to, just because I like you, it doesn't mean you have to like me. And also the way that they're willing to really stay the distance and really like woo you over time and recognize that I don't just like you for a year. I've liked you for 10 years. You've been on my mind. I focus on you. And actually in 10 years time, when we're both in a position where we can marry and start to think about this.
Yeah, there's part of that is lovely. It's wonderful. Come on. But my goodness, that's a long time.
But also, don't forget, but if you meet when you're 13, 10 years, you're still only 23. So I'm not mad.
But does everybody you meet have to be your first and only love?
For them,
there's a lot of people in the world, you know.
Like this is no era. Like it's like
it's true. Korea is very densely populated, so yeah. But Rose, please, we want to give you the floor. So talk to me about some of the shows and where you like
to talk about in terms of storyline is that with most of the Hollywood type shows that I've seen, a lot of the drama tends to happen in the late teens, early 20s. But with the K-drama I've been watching, a lot of the women are in their 30s dealing with real issues. I'm like, I can relate, even though I just entered the 30s, but I can relate. It's more realistic. You had your career, you've dated around, and now you've found someone that you're more likely to marry. It makes sense. It makes so much sense to have drama in your 30s and in your late teens. And when you're 19 and 20, it doesn't make any sense. So
I can't get with the school ones. Like I prefer the ones where they're grown. Is like you know they're grown stuff. Yeah,
I think they do a good job of really. It's a bit exaggerated, and like I said, any Korean out there that wants to give us a little bit of like, girl, check we're living vicariously through the TV screen. But one thing I do feel they tackle, I feel like they really hone in onto that like 30 something. There is a very distinctive mind shift. So in your 20s, everybody's just trying to be too cute, and they're too cute for school. And then 30 hits, and people are really thinking deeply. And I feel like the things that they talk about, whether it's your choice to stay single and not be married, your choice to work and give up your career, like there's some really gritty subjects.
Being a single parent or not being a single parent,
And so I feel like we have definitely got a lens to some of the cultural challenges that occur, and I think some of those are relatable. Like I think those transcend cultures. Parent dynamics, sibling dynamic, even class and class dynamics are really apparent.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the only thing that I would like to interrogate a little bit more is, it seems, and this is not a criticism because I don't obviously know the culture, it's just that a lot of the time women, when they get married, they tend to kind of give up their careers. I'd love to see how realistic that is and what that really looks like in real life, not just on K-dramas.
Yeah.
That's one thing that kind of stands out a bit for me.
I think one thing I do like is the fact that it's one season, or most of them was one season, and they have like 16 to 20 episodes to kind of tell the story.
Yeah.
There was one Netflix show, and I wish I could remember the name, but it was about a lady who willingly chose to be a single parent.
Yeah.
And showing how how society looked at her, and how I think like 2016 it was filmed, but she was saying she was about to give birth, and she couldn't give birth unless a father was there. Even though she made the choice to, she kind of had to do it on her because the guy didn't want to be involved in all of that. So she was mentally prepared to be a single parent, and her mother left her alone, came back years later. It was a lot of the struggles that I haven't seen on TV done so realistic. I think the story writing is really, really good as well. I think because of what I studied and the field that I'm in, it's a lot of the stories now is very predictable. A lot of films that you watch, you'll be like, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. Where I feel like with Korean drama, because the culture is so different, but the way they write and the way they see things is so different. It was just refreshing.
Yeah.
Right. It is refreshing. And I think as well, what for me has been really refreshing watching K-dramas is how chaste it is. It's just like they don't kind of present the whole like, let me get my boobies out, we understand that romance is there, we understand people are getting it on and they're kissing. So we were talking about this earlier, that there's different types of kissing apparently. So there's like
there's planking.
Planking,
which is like
just with no lip movement, and they just linger like
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's just. But then there's real kissing, and but all jokes aside, as awkward as that is at times to watch, I do really respect the fact that they don't kind of give it all away, and it actually to the point where when I find myself watching things that are like not like more Western or kind of non-Korean, and I'm always just I think those scenes always throw me. When I see people getting on, I'm like, whoa, my eyes are big. I'm like, okay, like literally, I'm like, and I'm not even a prude. It's not even that I'm a prude at all, but it's just I really respect the fact that, like I said again, it's this sense of like respecting the relationships of people and respecting the fact that you don't have to put it all out there on screen for you to really you still pick up on the romance, right? Like you still pick up on the romance, you still really get that they're in love, you really get it actually, I think if more so. And even to the point where we were joking before saying that you start looking at your husband being like, when was the last time you held my hand, man? Sure. When did the last time you held my hand?
I made TK give me a kiss on the I was like,
I was toying to hold my cuff. I wanted him to hold my cuff.
I was like, boy, you're going in too quickly. I'm like, start with the forehead. But it's a romance. And I was like,
it's a different level of intimacy that you don't
right.
Absolutely.
And we've got our hand signals down as well. Like, you know, pray, like if I don't know you, it's a wrist grab. If I like you, it's a handhold, and then if we're really getting
yes, definitely. And it's and the way to say that you like someone is that the tugging of the collar, like you said, T, the tugging of the sleeve, like to indicate I like you, like I don't want you to go anywhere. So there's subtleties in that body language. And again, if there's anybody who is Korean watching this and wants to give us a reality check, please do. But like we said, we have literally kind of we have a lens of a culture that is so different from ours. When I say so different, let me actually check that. I actually think there's a lot of similarities between Korean and Nigerian culture. I'm just going to say it, be coming from Nigerian or African culture, but definitely be Nigerian. I can really understand, particularly family dynamics, the kind of like the kind of what your parents wanted you to marry at your level, even the emphasis and the focus on education and career as a way of establishing yourself, and that holds so much value. So there's a lot of kind of similarities in that space. However,
patriarchal kind of structure.
Exactly, very patriarchal structure, exactly. But I think that, and obviously, but in terms of the reality of kind of how that lives out in real life is interesting. But I do think though, in the if you think about things like Itaewon Class, Crash Landing on You, the shows that have been filmed more recently, they are starting to really give us a more dynamic feel of what the culture's like, and how how there's a lot more emphasis on kind of breaking away from some of those traditional norms. So I do think there seems to be a natural rebellion of like Gen Z in the same way in the UK, in the same way in the US, I can imagine. So, but yeah, but I'm going to ask the next question, if that's okay.
Go for it.
Yeah. So next question is, so we talked about our top 3 shows or top 20,000 shows because we went through a lot. But, so I'll start with, I'll do both. I'll say male and female. It's up to you to say it. So if you share with me your top 3 male and female actors, or up to 3 that you can kind of think of, and then maybe for reference, just what shows they're in or why you've liked them. And I will start with the lovely Rose. So please do take the floor.
All right. So I've written mine down because my memory is not that great, or my pronunciation. So that I want to start with this actress. Her name is Kim Mi-kun. She's actually a supporting actress. She was in what was she in? She was in The Beauty Inside, and I think she plays. No, she wasn't in The Beauty Inside. She was.
Okay.
And she was in a lot of shows, but I didn't write down the shows, unfortunately. But she was in a lot of shows, and she always plays the mum. Yes. And then obviously the main actress from Crash Landing, which is Son Ye.
She's one of my favorites. Son Ye Jin, love her.
Thank you. And then the main character from The Beauty Inside, which is Seon Hyun Jin.
Okay.
Yeah, they're good ones.
Those are my 3 females. And for the guys, again, the main character for Crash Landing, the guy who is Hong, the guy who was in It's Okay to Not Be Okay.
He's gorgeous.
He's a pretty man.
He's gorgeous.
And then, of course, Park Sin-yoon. When is in
he can do it.
Yes,
one class.
I
didn't know. I didn't know he was the same actor as in what's the other show? she's beautiful, or she was beautiful.
Yeah, she was pretty.
What, Secretary Kim?
No, she was pretty. So it's
she was pretty. Oh, yeah, she was pretty. Yeah, that's an older one. Yeah. He was just he was younger there. Yeah. Because sometimes their face changes if their hair is slightly flipped up or if it's.
Oh my God, they love a transition. They love a transition.
Yeah.
They love a transition moment.
Yeah. His acting range is amazing.
Yeah.
And literally every single time in Icon class, he touched his head. It really touched me. Touched me. Sorry, no, because I love Park Seo-joon. He's like,
yeah, same. He's one of my faves.
Oh, cool. All right, thank you. So over to who wants to go next? One day.
Yep. Okay. So I have Son Ye-jin as a female as well. I think she's awesome. She just looks like a girl next door. Love her. Love her. I loved her in One Fine Day.
Yeah,
One Spring
really
Night.
Good. No, not One Spring Night. She was in. She played the Nuna.
Oh yes.
I think So I loved her in that. I just loved her energy. She's funny. She's carefree. So Son Ye-jin, she's awesome. Kim Jo-eun from Goblin, love her. I loved her in Tune In as well. She
oh yes.
Actors. I just love her energy.
She's good. She's good.
Everything about her is just wonderful. And then Jung So-min. Jung So-min, she is the lady from I just jumped out of my mind now. Oh, but Jung So-yoon, you know who she is. I'll
put her up.
Okay, think about it. We come back.
She's awesome. Guy Wise, Jung Hae-in, all day, every day. So one fine day. One night, one fine day. Tune In. What's that one with the AI? He was in that one with the AI.
Yeah. Well, that really slow one.
Yeah. But I feel like he's a really focused actor. I feel like some of them are like pretty boys and they just want to be pretty boys. I feel like he really is into his craft as an actor. And I really respect the
He had a cameo in Goblin as well.
Yeah, I really respect the roles he chooses. Gong Yoo, I'm sorry, just lovely.
Number one.
He's in Goblin. He's in Copy Prince. He was in Train to Busan. So he is, again, I feel like he's a really proper actor, like hardcore. And it sounds kind of stereotypical, but I feel like he's not there just to be a pretty face. I feel like he's an actor, but awesome. And then it's a toss-up between Eric Man and Juno, honestly. Eric Man.
Mine's Eric Man.
He's so pretty. So he's in a few that I like. There's one called what's that one where the woman?
Discovery of Love.
Yes. So sweet. So I think he's just a great looking actor. Juno was amazing in Just Lovers. So he's in Walk of Love. He's in
Walk of Love as well. Yeah.
All
right, cool. T.
Those are my faves.
Okay, so for the female actors, so Kim Jo-eun in Goblin. I think she's just spectacular. Gong Hae-jin from When the Camellia Blooms.
Yes, I love her.
I think she's just brilliant. I've seen her in I've seen most of her stuff.
You've seen a lot.
And then I think Rosie said the same one. Kim Sun-young. She is in Romance as a Bonus Book. She plays a lot of the Ajumas. Crash Landing, Reply 1988. She's a chameleon. She can play really quirky, weird characters, and then really weird, with funky makeup. Yeah, she's just brilliant. And so for the guys, it's really bad. I've got a bias towards the men because I just think they're gorgeous. So in third place, Oh Jung-shae, he plays the autistic brother in It's Okay Not to Be Okay. I just think his acting is really it's just amazing. Second place is Lee Dong-wook, because I just think he's amazing. It's amazing. And I'm watching Nine Tail Fox, and he's just really beautiful in that. But my all-time number one is, you mentioned him, Park Seo-joon from Itaewon. He's my
You like
it. But can I have to do this. A special mention to Eric Man, just because, Jae Sung, who is in Familiar Wife and Kill Me Heal, and Jang Hyuk, who's in Walk of Love. Jang Hyuk plays like the baddie type of guy. I just think he's like an older guy. He's like 43, but
and he's a little bit fit. But no,
he's fine. Not a little
he's
bit.
a little bit fit. Yeah, he's fit. And then the guy from Familiar Wife, is it Ji-sung? Yes,
yeah, Ji-sung, gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
he's really good looking.
Special mention to some of the older men. And so Ji-sung, I love you forever, so Ji-sung.
So Ji-sung. So I said name 3, you named 12.
Okay, go on, books. What's yours?
I'm just going to add one more to the list because so many of my favorite actors and actresses have been mentioned already. Actually, no. I'll do one of each. So for the males, for the male actors, I will go with Lee Sung-gyun, who is the main. Somebody got a news report. It's all good. So Lee Sung-gyun is the lead in My Mister, and I think I just think he's a really good actor. It's weird because I haven't seen a lot of things he's in, but after watching My Mister, I was like, the way he toned that, and the thing is, let's be real, with that kind of script and that kind of storyline, it would have been very easy for it to go wrong and to be a bit weird, seedy. But at no point did I ever think that he was taking advantage of the young girl. I just thought it was really well done, because it could have gone into a weird kind of like 50 Shades route.
Yeah, Lolita type of thing. Yeah,
so I'm glad it didn't. But and then for females, any other person who hasn't been mentioned, or maybe she did, apologies, but is Han Ji-min. So Han Ji-min is in Familiar Wife, One Spring Night. So she is an actress who. Why I like her is I think she conveys emotion so well. Like she can cry and like she can
cry.
You know when you're like, it is a real injustice.
In One Spring Night, her crying scene with her mum, it was off the hook.
Yeah. So, but yeah, and then I'm only gonna. I know Titi's already mentioned him, but I have to give a big up to Lee Dong-wook. Again, like I said, whether it's just the face, the angles, like and every angle, I feel like you could, when you take a picture, and Rose, you can probably understand this being a model, but he has the ability where at every angle you take a picture and it's just fantastic.
And he's got really nice lips.
Literally, he's giving me all of this.
Wow.
And yes, and his lips are.
And again, Google and see his face.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, this is the thing though. This always happens. When you say somebody's name and then you Google it, Google sometimes likes to shag you and bring up the worst pictures first. I'm just saying.
It's true because when you Google Soji Sub, it's like you think what, but no. He is gorgeous.
Lee Dong-wook is in the latest show on Vicky Rakuten, which is Tale of the Nine Tails. Yeah, so there's just to say for anyone who hasn't watched it, spoiler alert because it's still on TV, so I won't say too much. But he's in that, and what's interesting is that I looked a bit of backstory behind him, but is that he hadn't really kind of done anything big since Goblin. He got a bit of Harry Potter syndrome where you kind of get profiled or stuck playing a similar type of role, and everyone always wants to speak to him about Goblin just because Goblin was such a good show. But for me, this is his next. I will remember him for this even as well as he was in Goblin, because I just think he plays the role of the nine-tailed fox so well. So in an interview, someone said to him, "So have you worked it out that you just don't ever need to play a human and you kind of have found your bag?"
But he looks good.
Yeah, he does. Okay, cool. So just to wrap up with the final last few questions, because we've been going for a while now, we could probably talk about this for hours. But final questions to everybody, and this is, again, I'll put it out there to the group, answer whoever feels. So outside of kind of the amazing storylines, the incredible kind of actors and actresses, and just the opportunities for the layers of emotion, the cinematography, all of the things we kind of talked about, what are some of the other reasons that either you connect with K-dramas or interested in K-dramas or Korean culture as a whole? So I'll put it out there to anyone who wants to answer.
I'm intrigued by the food, definitely. So I have a plant-based diet now, so I have been buying a lot of and where I live in Coventry, there's quite a big community, so there's lots of supermarkets and stuff. So I've been buying a lot of their, spices, sauces, things like that. On because I need to find different ways to cook a cauliflower, some vegan. So I've been doing that.
Kimchi, cauliflower kimchi.
So I'm intrigued by the food, but I like the fashion. I like the escapism on some of them, and I can't lie, some of them are good to look at. Some of them are just pretty.
Cool. Fair enough. Anyone else? Anything to add?
I would say the fashion as well. I really like the style. Although their body types make it a little bit hard to replicate all of them. They couldn't be much further apart as far as body types from like Africans. So we are not in the same sphere. But inspiration either way.
Yes, I enjoy it from afar. The thing is, there are a few things like. Please believe I'm obsessed with a long jacket. Like I feel like they make you feel like short jackets are just not necessary in any season. I just think a long jacket is appropriate all the time, and also with anything. So where I tend to wear more sports like kind of clothing, but throw on a nice long jacket, and all of a sudden it's just leveled up. So I'm really a fan of the long jacket situation. I'm here for it. Also, the minimal makeup, like, and I think I say minimal, but
I didn't know. I knew what minimal makeup was. They can spend 20 minutes on their face and look like they just woke up.
No, but it's the lipstick thing when they just do it a little bit there. They don't even go and all of that. They just go. Boop, 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 boop.
Minimum.
Yeah, also saying that I feel like a lot is done before they start filming, so that when it does come to the filming, they're like, oh, I'm just gonna like touch up a little bit, not knowing like 20 layers of powder, like clean everything out, you know?
Right? How much work, you know, Rose, as a model, how much work does it take to look like you have no makeup on? That's work.
Well, working at what it helps if you have good skin as well, but you have to kind of think about the lighting, how long you're gonna be on set for. Powder, a lot of powder.
Okay, so it's almost like, okay, so maybe I've been tricked because I'm sitting there going like, when I wake up in the morning, I do not look like that. even when I try and make makeup to that natural look, I'm like, no, I still don't look like that. But you know, but it's not a comparison piece. You know, everyone's beautiful in their different ways.
But they spend a lot of like knowledge and money on their skincare as well. Like I feel like
a lot.
When you see a scene where she's sitting there putting her makeup on, you always see like a little like product shot of like the latest.
Oh, they love their product placements. But yeah, they are big on beauty and plastic surgery and things like that. You know, so yeah, absolutely.
Number one. They even beat America when it comes to plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
And the men as well. And the men. Yeah.
It's way more like men have it.
It's more than just eyelid surgery. It's quite a lot of things. Yeah.
A lot of facial contouring. A lot of
because they want to look like delicate, don't they? Yeah, they want to look delicate.
And smooth.
We will leave those issues alone.
I about to say.
They have a few issues. Let's be honest. But as far as the dramas, we love them and we're enjoying them, and we hope.
Yeah, just amazing stuff.
Definitely,
it is. All right. Do we have any recommendations to close out? If there's anything you're watching that you would recommend?
Yeah, Nine-Tailed Fox.
Nine-Tailed Fox.
Nine-Tailed Fox for me.
I'm gonna watch Goblin after Nine-Tailed Fox. Maybe in reverse order. Who knows?
No. I would watch Goblin. Have you started Nine-Tailed already?
I'm on episode 2, so I'm quite fresh in it.
I would maybe say to watch Goblin first.
So can I just say something though, Bookie? I just want to say, so you were really recommending Nine-Tailed Fox, and I normally go on your recommendations because I trust you, but you never told me about the juju and the goblins creeping and the dead people and
I was like, what am I watching, please?
No, literally, it was so funny. Rose messaged me and was like, Auntie, excuse me, what is this? Yes. So I'll just say this. The only thing, and I will wrap this up because I know we've gone on, but one thing I will say is that they do graphics and CG very well. And so because of that, something that is just meant to be a thriller or a bit like, for TV shows is quite realistic. So I myself was not prepared for what I saw in Nine-Tailed, but because I can't manage anything scary, I generally didn't think it would move anybody else because I can't watch anything scary. But then on hindsight, I'm like, probably should have done a bit of a disclaimer. So my bad on that.
No, I watched. I watched. What's that one? What Jordan Peele did in the Get Out? I watched that at like 11 o'clock in the morning. I can't do scary because it will just stay in my conscious. So after watching one episode of Nine-Tails, I was like, no, this is a daytime thing.
Yes.
This is daytime. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So. So last thing, Rose, recommendation of what you're watching?
Well, I finished all my list, so I'm literally gonna watch Goblin now. I'm gonna go into Goblin, yeah. I've nothing else.
And then one.
I'm a bit behind, so I'm watching Record of My Youth. I didn't.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's cute. I like it.
It's kind of like about the industry, so I'm actually quite intrigued about how they portray the industry, the kind of acting, modeling industry. And it's probably just as dark as every other culture, it's the casting director's couch and all of that stuff. So it's interesting. So and it features
Park Go-Bum,
Yes.
recently is doing his mandatory military service. So actually, the story is really in line. Okay, so sisters and Rose, thank you so much for your time again today. For those watching and listening, thank you for joining us on our K-drama adventure. We hope you stay tuned. Follow, like, subscribe. We will also include all of Rose's handles so you can kind of find out what she's been up to, what she's doing. And yes, but thank you all so much for listening in. Sarangye! Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.